Hey guys, welcome back to Ignite Motorrad. And today we have the Meteor 350 with us. After the launch of the 650 twins, Royal Enfield has shown us what they can do. The Meteor is the new Thunderbird replacement and I carry high expectations of it. The design of the Meteor is so good that even if you say it's a Harley, you'll be forgiven on the road because it truly is nice. And it is not a failed attempt like the 350X back in 2018. This time they have done some real work for the real youth. And they have given this really nice matte black spec that not all cruisers have. And that is a really special thing. The rear design is pretty much the highlight feature here. This new little ring with this tail lamp, it's really nice. It's an LED tail lamp. These two are really nice, but the thing I don't like is the sari guard. I mean, it's curved and it's hideous, and I really don't think you need a sari guard these days. The design is different to the Thunderbird and it will attract attention, but it's only time when the Meteor will look normal on the road. Well, unless you buy the Supernova variant, which is sort of a touring variant with a very long visor and some touring bits to it. This is the all-new revamped 349cc from RE. It has 20.2 bhp, but the real hero here is the torque, that's 27. So this bike will pull in any gear at any RPM. What this means is that the bike does not get an incremental change in power from the Thunderbird, but the way the power is delivered is significantly different. Like every other 350cc Royal Enfield, it does not outperform any of its competition. This is not a problem though, because people still bought Royal Enfields and this is actually an upgrade to the older motor. The Thunderbird was a torque monster and so is the Meteor, but the power is well laid out and linear. Not only does the new motor feel more livelier than the older engine, but it also revs higher. This is a classic example of don't judge a book by its cover, in this case the Meteor by its power figures. In between city traffic, the bike feels well equipped for the job and you almost never need to shift down. It will take speed breakers at second gear and you can cruise as low as 30 km per hour in fifth gear. On the highway, you occasionally might need to shift down to get the pace up and make an overtake. Because of the higher rev band and the fat losing diet, the Meteor will pick up speed faster than the outgoing 350. Where the old motor gave vibrations that started whining at 70, the new motor will only start whining after 90. 80 is an ideal speed for cruising on the Meteor, even though it will touch 100 but at a cost of a lot more vibrations. The new engine really has done wonders for the bike. Now, even though Royal Enfield could have provided a more powerful motor, Royal Enfield have played it safe and I don't see it as a downside or a concerning problem for the typical RE buyer. Royal Enfield has given the bike old school switches which do not feel the most premium, but the new cluster is really nice, but I would still love the new pod to have some more data if not connected with the phone other than showing the time. As for the suspension, the bike gets 41mm telescopic forks at the front and twin shocks at the back. The braking department is 300mm disc at the front and a 270 at the back, and as for the safety, it gets dual channel ABS. But as for how it feels, we'll see that on the ride. The suspension works beautifully well. It will soak up everything the road throws at it, but will let you know once you have hit big potholes. It is safely the most comfortable and relaxing bike to ride in the city. The posture, seat height and easy handlebar movement make the Meteor feel way more lighter than it is. Right off the Thunderbird, the Meteor feels very light. The brakes is where I could see a little more improvement. The brakes don't offer a lot of confidence and lack bite. They're sort of mushy. Bigger brakes and bite just isn't the cruiser style, I guess. Nevertheless, the brakes feel strong once you have really pressed hard on them and the dual channel ABS kicks in. The handle is very light and perfectly placed. The Meteor is much more flickable even with that weight on. I'm emphasizing on the weight because Royal Enfields have a habit of showing their weight. In this case, the Meteor doesn't. Here the Meteor has lost weight along with 5 liters of fuel capacity. If you're too enthusiastic flicking this machine into corners, you just might scrape your shiny new exhaust pipe.
Thank you guys for watching. See you next time and ride safe. Well, I'm going to enjoy this bike for now.